So, bitch, let me just clock the tea on my trip back to Atlanta. Girl, she was redonkulous. I mean, honestly, it was a hot mess. I mean, thank God that I made it in one piece and in my right mind, girl. But let's just clock to see where she needs to be clocked and call a spade a motherfucking spade, girl, if that's what she is. Greyhound is a fucking fool. And I don't necessarily, recommend her to anybody unless you are just really tight on coins because girl, she will fuck up your accommodations and not give two fucks about it. So the whole kit and caboodle is that I had ordered my tickets online so that I could get that cute old-fashioned discount, okay? And and so also when I showed up to the train station or to the bus station, Miss Thing, honey, I would not have no issues, so forth and so on, Miss Bitch. So purchased my ticket. They sent me a confirmation email as well as a link. Okay, clicked on the link, printed out my ticket, or what I thought was my fucking ticket, girl. So I showed up the next morning or a couple mornings after because I got it a couple days in advance once more to get that good old-fashioned discount. So, girl, Miss Bitch, I show up to the motherfucking Greyhound. And when I get to Miss Greyhound, how about, okay, so the lady takes my ticket, and I'm still trying to figure out how this shit took place because she took my ticket. And then when she took my ticket, she's like, okay, so where are you going? I said, Atlanta, Georgia. And she was like, okay. Printed out something, gave me a little thing for my bag, and she told me what gate to go to. So I go to the gate, and when I get to the bus driver, he says, okay, where are you going? I said, Atlanta. And he was like, okay, well, you will not be going to Atlanta on today because your ticket states that you're going to El Paso. Okay, well, that's fine, but I don't give a damn what this ticket is saying. I'm going to Atlanta because that's what the fuck I paid for, girl. So I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know what the discrepancy is, girl, but I'm going to Atlanta. She says, well, no, you're not going to Atlanta. This is El Paso. So then she hand signals to the woman who, I guess is in control or whatever the case may be, like Janet Jackson on that ass, girl. So, honey, Miss Thing, I'm explaining the situation. So, well, I purchased a ticket for Atlanta. I don't know nothing about El Paso. I don't know why it's showing up as El Paso, girl, because what the fuck is in El Paso for me? Absolutely nothing. So I'm like, okay, girl, well, it can say whatever it wants to say, but I am going to Atlanta and I'm going to be on this bus on my way back east, girl. She's like, okay, well, let's go back to the counter. So we're at the counter and she's clicking and clacking on the keyboard. And she says to me, okay, well, it looks like the bus is full. So I'm thinking that we'll have to, I'll see what I can do in reference to squeezing you on the next bus. Okay, well, maybe I heard her wrong because I know this bitch did not just say she's going to see what she can do in reference to squeezing me on the next bus as if this bitch is doing me a favor. Okay, as if she's giving me a free trip, girl. What do you mean squeeze me, girl? I paid for this goddamn ticket, bitch. So ain't no squeezing nothing. This ain't no goddamn pimple, bitch. You ain't about to squeeze or pop a goddamn thing. Talking about she gonna try to see what she can do. She gonna squeeze me on this goddamn bus. So she was like, okay, well, let's see what we can do. I'm gonna see if I'm squeezing you on. And I'm like, squeezing me on? I'm like, okay, but girl, I paid for this 11:50 a.m. trip, girl. What is this whole conversation that you're serving me? And so then she's like, okay, well, we can see about squeezing you on the 6:50 p.m. trip. Okay, so now I know this bitch is sniffing on some goddamn bath salts. Cause she done lost her mind. She thinks she about to have me up in this goddamn bus station, the legendary house of Greyhound, all goddamn day. Like, I got time for this. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what you're talking about some 650. I was like, but bottom line is, girl, I paid for this particular trip. She said, well, there's nothing I can do because it's showing up as a full trip. I said, well, you're going to have to make her look unfull because the bottom line matter is I purchased my ticket a couple days beforehand. I don't know about these other queens that purchased it on the spot, but I purchased my ticket in advance and was responsible. Now, I don't know what your system is showing up with this El Paso, but I have the confirmation email and I can pull it up and show you exactly what I paid for. I said, but at the end of the day, I don't give a good goddamn what this ticket is showing because at the end of the day, I know what I paid for. And I don't think it's right that I, the customer, should be, dealing with this situation frustrated. I'm about to break out in hives and you're sitting up and telling me what the computer's saying and I'm telling you what I paid for and now you're making me deal with the headache when really Greyhound should be rectifying this situation. This conversation don't got nothing to do with me. I should be on the bus relaxing. Talking about she gonna try to squeeze me on. No, bitch, the conversation need to be how you're gonna upgrade my trip from this raggedy ass bitch that you got me on to the express bus with the goddamn power outlet and the leg room. Cause number one, the bus that I was on initially was cramped, girl. Felt like the goddamn Amistad, hot as fuck. Okay, I ain't trying to hear what you talking about with some damn, oh girl, we can see what we can squeeze on. So then she was talking about, oh, well, you need to be patient. Let me see what I can do. You need to be patient and calm down. I'm like, well, ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to go off on you or anything like that. But when it comes to tickets or passports or things like that, things of this nature, I really don't like surprises. I like to be in control of what's going on. So when I show up, ain't no questions going to be asked. You need my ticket? Here's my ticket. You need my ID? Here's my ID. You need this? You need that? Whatever you're going to ask me for, I need to have it for you. And if I don't have it for you, then that's not going to happen. I won't be in line if I know I don't have what I need to have. If I know that my documents are not completely legit. So when she kicked in with that conversation, it really kind of pissed me off. And then she at one point was like, okay, well why didn't you call us when you didn't get the right ticket? Girl, she don't know she almost got slapped, because bottom line matter is, bitch, why would I call you if I didn't know that there was a problem? All I know is I got a confirmation email. I clicked on the goddamn link that I was told to click on. I clicked on print on what it told me to print. I don't ride Greyhound every day, so I don't know exactly what this ball and what this particular competition is calling for, girl, because I'm not voguing. This is not my category. So at the end of the day, girl, I don't know what she's calling for, girl. Don't act like I'm on Greyhound every other goddamn night, because I'm not. Okay, I am not a hound, girl. Don't you understand? I am a bichon frise. So, girl, she just got me all wrong. So she was just kicking in with this conversation. My call, I'm like, well, why would I call if I didn't know the ticket was fucked up? Okay, girl, and why are you coming at me with about why not call? You should be looking at why Greyhound is fucking up the damn ticket. So, and anywho, then she ended up working out my ticket, and she was like, well, here's what I can do. I can print this ticket out, and then when you get to San Bernardino, you can work it out with them. And when she said that even though I appreciated the fact that she kind of did work it out, the fact of the matter is she did not fully work it out. And she said when I got to San Bernardino that I would have to get off the bus, and then I would have to speak to them to rectify the situation. And I'm thinking to myself, this sound like that bitch who sold that one girl that I was telling you to my friend, her girlfriend, whatever the case may be. It's like, girl, you sound like her in reference to the fact that she sold this bitch a bad bundle of hair, girl, looking like a sickly dog, girl, just shedding all over the goddamn place. Girl, you sold her this bad bundle of hair, but yet instead you have her in the chair on a phone calling your distributor when, girl, she did not buy the hair from the distributor, girl, she bought it from you. You need to be rectifying this situation, but you have this bitch on the phone like a fucking pickle, girl, like a fucking fool. So I'm like, girl, I can't deal with these queens, honey. I'm like, I don't understand why Greyhound is pulling these stunts and shows, honey, but she's going to gag, because I don't give a damn what San Bernardino is serving the girls. I'm getting back on this bus. Now, I will try to be polite and civilized about it, but if they want to see somebody nut the fuck up and cut a fucking fool, oh, well, girl, tell me I'm not getting on this bus, and you will get exactly that, girl, because I was in line, had everybody cracking up. I said, oh, girl, I said, girl, I feel like my neck is already burning. I ain't even got to the gates of hell yet, and I feel like my neck is already burning. I said, I dare this bitch to tell me that I ain't getting on this bus. I swear to God, I will drop these bags and pass out in the middle of the floor, because I ain't playing that. I'm not playing that. I said, bitch, next thing you know, if I miss my bus, they better not only get me to Atlanta, but I don't even want to get on Greyhound. I need to get on a plane. You need to rectify it and put me on a goddamn plane. Period, motherfucking point blank. I ain't trying to hear you right now. So, anywho, I get to Miss San Bernardino. And when we got to San Bernardino, I was like, yes, here's the situation, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And he asked me all these questions. I said, that's a great question, but you asking the wrong one. I don't know why this bitch printed out this ticket, and I don't know why the computer printed out what it printed out, but it did. So where are we going from this point, Bill? So but I will say that he did work it out. So thank you, shout out. Bottom line is, when I got on the bus, it was crowded as fuck. They had overbooked it. I'm like, where they do that at, girl? You overbooked? Greyhound overbooked, girl? You need to update your system. You need to know who's getting on what particular ride and so forth and so on. I don't understand how they could overbook the damn bus trip, but be that as it may, it's overcrowded. And then the next thing you know, this big ass wheelchair rolls up. And I'm not knocking that girl, but I'm like, we could barely fit the people who are already on the plane or already on the bus, and now we're going to fit this good old-fashioned wheelchair, girl. And this was like an industrial wheelchair. This was not one of the newer ones that is slim like an iPhone 5, girl. This is giving me every bit of Nokia walkie-talkie boost mobile phone, bulky and cumbersome. I'm like, girl, this is a behemoth-ass wheelchair, and I just don't know how she's going to squeeze on here. So the bottom line matter is, people started chattering about, oh, well, who's getting off the bus? I looked around like, I don't know, girl. That's a great question, but I know one motherfucking thing. I'm not, because, bitch, I pay for my ticket well in advance. I love the fact that Greyhound is accommodating her in her wheelchair, but, bitch, first of all, that is in the back, like in the middle towards the back of the bus. I said, girl, I'm in the front, so that's the conversation that the queens in the back need to figure out. So they ended up getting her on the bus.